Hello everybody. Welcome to Learn with Fun. I am Kunal. So today we are going to start class 7th history. In there the first chapter is sources of history. So let's begin. We studied ancient history last year and this year we are going to study medieval history. Okay? So broadly the period from 9th century CE till the end of 18th century CE is considered to be medieval period of the Indian history. So children, in the last year we studied about the ancient history and in this year we are going to study about the medieval history. And the period between 9th century CE to 18th century CE is considered as the medieval period. Okay, so in class 6th we have studied ancient history and in class 7th we are going to study medieval history and in class 8th we are going to study modern history. Okay, so let's concentrate on medieval history. Okay, so this lesson is very important because in this class we are studying about the medieval history and this is the beginning of medieval history. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to study the sources of the medieval history. Means what are the sources of the medieval history? So history gives us a chronological, scientific, systematic account of past events. Okay, so what is history here? The chronological, scientific and systematic account of past events is called history. Okay, so now four factors are very important from the viewpoint of history. They are individuals, society, place and time. So these four factors are very important in the viewpoint of history, and history must be based on authentic evidence or proofs. These proofs are known as sources of history. So this history is based on the authentic evidence or proofs, and the proofs through which we make history are known as the sources of history. So now let us classify these sources into material sources, written sources and oral sources to learn more about them. Let us also evaluate the sources of history. So now we are dividing the sources of history into three parts known as material sources, written sources and oral sources. Okay, so let's move on. We have to consider many factors related to the historical event that we want to study. So, if we want to create history, we have to consider many factors related to a particular historical event, and it is necessary to support our study with historical sources, and these sources have to be verified, and before making history the sources which are available had to be verified, and now we have to see whether they are authentic. Okay, and now it is necessary to use these sources judiciously and only after critical analysis. And now forts have an important place among the material sources. So this forts have an important place in the material sources. Okay, so now major types of forts are hill forts and forest forts, sea forts, okay, and the forts on the plain. So here we have the four major types of forts known as hill forts, forest forts, sea forts and forts on the plains. So if you are curious, you can go to Google and you can view the pictures of these forts. And now monuments include samadhis, graves, virgala and buildings. Include palaces, ministerial mansions, queen's quarters, Ranivasa, and also houses of the common people And these monuments include okay, here monuments include samadhis, graves, virgala, and buildings and also in buildings they include palaces, ministerial mansions, queens quarters, and also the houses of common people. And now they all provide insights about that period. Looking at them, we come to know about the development of architecture, the economic conditions, the quality of art, the style of building, construction, and people's standard of living in that particular period. Okay, so looking at these things, we get to know that how the architecture was there in that time, and what were the economic conditions, and what was the quality of art, how much importance they gave to art, and how they built the buildings, and how did the people live at that period. Okay, so now here physical sources. So in this physical sources, what these physical sources uh, what are there in this physical sources, what it consists of memorials, buildings, cave sculptures, inscriptions, coins, copper plates, and forts. Okay, so these are included in the physical sources. So in the material sources, physical sources is first. Okay, so now can you tell how coins narrate history? And let's learn. Since ancient times, coins like kavadi, damadi, dela, pai, paisa, anna, and rupee were used. So this you should remember. And some local idioms and proverbs are based on coins. Okay, so some idioms, local idioms and proverbs are based on these coins. For example, एक फुट की kavadi denar nahi. Okay, so like this here futki kavadi means the lowest bit money, and the next is solah ana such means 100% true. Okay, so now the coins made by different rulers using metals like gold, silver, copper are important sources of history. And now from these coins we learn about the rulers. Okay, so from these coins we learn about the rulers. So if you go to some, if you view some coins, there will be the picture means the emblem of that kingdom or the god's picture. So like this it these coins help us to learn about the rulers and their period, and we can learn about their period, the governance and religious ideas also, and we can also learn about personal details, what were the details of the ruler. And here in this picture you can see Virgala. Okay, this is known as Virgala. So now similarly, we also learn about financial transactions and economic conditions prevailing at that time. And we also see how far metallurgy had advanced in that period, and we can also learn how far did this metallurgy had advanced in the particular period. And now from the images of Ram Sita on the coins of Emperor Akbar or Shiva Parvati on the coins of Hyder Ali, we see the religious coordination of those days. So children, the coins which were in the period of Emperor Akbar, Ram Sita, okay, the images of Ram Sita were carved, and Shiva Parvati, the images of Shiva Parvati were carved on the coins which were in the period of Hyder Ali. Okay, so in this way we can see the religious coordination which were in those days. And now the Peshwas. The Peshwas used the Arabic or Persian language on the coins, and these Peshwas used Arabic or Persian language on the coins. So children, you should go to Google and you should view there. Okay, so this shows the light on the use of language in that period. Sorry, this throws the light on the use of the language in that period. Means through this we can learn, means we can find out the language which was used in that period. So here you can see, okay, a coin in Peshwa period. This was the coin in Peshwa period. And here this was the coin in Hyderali period. See here, Shiva Parvati image as carved. Okay, so like this. So now an inscription is a carving on a stone or a wall, etc. So this inscription is the carving on a stone or a wall. Okay. So for example, the inscriptions found in Brihadishwara temple premises in Tanjavur. So we can find an example which is in Brihadishwara temple premises, which is in Tanjavur. And many inscriptions of the period of Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, Chola, Yadav kings have been found. Okay, so an inscription is considered to be very important and reliable source of history. So this inscription is considered as very important and reliable source of the history, and it helps us to understand features like language, script, social life of that period. And through this inscriptions we can learn about the language. So if they write something on the inscription, if they make inscription, they should make by hand by using language. So in this way we can learn about the language, and we can also learn about the script and about the social life of the period. Okay, and now inscriptions carved on the sheets of copper are known as copper plates. Okay, so this is an important sentence. Okay, they can ask what are copper plates. So the inscriptions carved on the sheets of copper are known as copper plates. Okay, so now royal edicts, verdicts, etc. are inscribed on copper plates. Okay, so do you know chaityas, viharas, temples, churches, mosques, agyaras, durgas, mukbaras, gurudwaras, monuments, sculptures, wells, minarets, village boundaries and gates, weapons, utensils, ornaments, clothes, decorative articles, toys, implements, musical instruments are all the material sources of history. So you should remember these also. They can ask for 2 mark questions. Name all the give the examples of the material sources. So the next is written sources. So we will do one thing, we'll take this written sources for the next video. So this is for this video. Thank you. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel.